Sam, you're an orgasm too late.
You've got to be kidding.
Welcome to another Throwback Movie review. We are getting into single white female. Okay, let's just jump into it. The movie opens up with two twin little girls doing each other's makeup, and I was excited to see how this tied together. Now, this film follows Allie and her man, Sam. Girl, they are in love and talking about how many kids they want. Now, briefly, can we talk about Allie's mushroom bob? Okay, this was 1992 and the mushroom bob was popular amongst white, black women. Okay, like the mushroom bob had women in a chokehold. You know what I mean? I remember my mother had a mushroom bob at one point when I was a kid. It was just that thing, okay? And Allie rocked that shit. Period. She rocked it. Now, it seems as though Allie just moved to New York. Sam tells her that pretty soon everyone there will know her, and she says to him that he's the only friend she needs. Now, babe, make you some friends, okay? You need your own community outside of your man, I'm just saying. Sidebar, they're at Allie's place sleeping on a mattress on the floor. Now, Allie, what are we doing, babe? What? Okay. In the middle of the night, Sam's ex-wife Lisa calls, and I'm assuming at this point that he and Lisa have a healthy dynamic because Allie answered the phone and just handed it to him without asking why she's calling her man. But when Sam took the phone, he didn't seem fond. He hung up and she called right back, and when she did, she told him, look, don't be coming over here to sleep with me and then be acting all funny afterwards. Now, Sam, I'm gonna whack you here, okay? Because A, if you knew you just slept with your ex-wife, maybe not have her on speakerphone when your new woman is around. And B, don't be all in Allie's face talking about you can give her an underwater wedding if you still smashing Lisa. Just messy, Sam. Alright, you lost all points early on for me because neither Allie nor myself can trust you. So Allie, rightfully so, put his ass out, but then at 4 a.m., she goes upstairs to her cute gay neighbor to sleep in his bed because she didn't want to be alone. The next day, Allie wakes up for a meeting she has where she's pitching some new marketing software. Now, she gave him a quote that he refused because apparently she and her former partner whom she worked with to create the software split and settled, which left Allie with the hardware and a rent-controlled apartment, which left her with minimal overhead. But I'm like, that is none of your business, Mr. White Man. Okay, what my overhead is, and would you be trying this with a man? Ew. Early on to you, sir. All in her personal business, she ends up taking his tiny quote as he really did back her into a corner. I just didn't like it. But again, this was the 90s. Later, Allie is watching her clothes with her neighbor, Graham, as he's letting her know that she doesn't need a man to validate her and that he's fine if he ends up single. Graham, I am right along with you, brother. Allie says he's right and that she could just get a roommate. He then tells her that she could call Sam, and Graham, this is where I have to disagree with you because if Sam cheated on me and wants to continue to be with me, then he needs to call me to clean up his mess. Huh? I'm not cleaning your spilled milk. The mop is in your court. It's in your apartment. Use it. Or not. Allie took my advice and decided not to call Sam's whack ass and post an ad for a roommate. Now, I know this was the early 90s and a different time, but why in the ad did she put that she was a single white female? I guess because they were in different times? Like, was that a thing? I don't understand. I mean, let's be honest, it's still a thing. Anyway, Allie has multiple women come to see the place, and she took pictures of them to refer to when making her decision. Again, different times. Taking pictures. Allie then sees a picture of Sam. He answers, but she doesn't speak. She hangs up the phone and starts crying, and a random woman walks into her apartment. Her name is Hedra, and she had an appointment to see the apartment. Hedra offers to make Allie some tea, which I get the gesture, but girl, I don't know you to be making my tea. Now, early on, Hedra seems weird. Very weird energy. Allie tells her about Sam and assures her that she won't be getting back with Sam and offers Hetty the room. Hetty is what they call her. Allie and Hetty hit it off right away. Sam starts calling, but Allie doesn't want to talk to him. One night, Allie gets home and goes into Hetty's room to place a shade on her lamp, but then she starts going through her things. She finds her medication and starts playing with her jewelry, and now Allie, I'ma have to gather you here because you should have stayed out of that lady's belongings. It was a little creepy on your end, honestly. Hetty catches her and she tells Hetty that she didn't know she was home. Now, if I were Hetty, I'd be concerned that my new roommate would be going through my things. Hetty didn't seem to mind though. She also didn't mind undressing in front of Allie and having her titties out. Allie turned her head, so I guess she did mind. Allie tells her she grew up an only child, and Hetty says that she was supposed to be a twin, which explains the beginning of the movie, but then says that her twin was a stillborn. Now, Hetty, you a goddamn lie. What did you do to your twin? Okay? Hetty, as a thank you for the lampshade, gives Allie her clip-on earring she was trying on. Sam then calls, and Allie tells him she's not ready to see him. Hetty's weird ass heard everything. Sam calls again while Allie isn't home, and Hetty deletes the message. Now, girl, she then went and bought a puppy and told Allie that they were giving puppies away at a market after she threw the receipt away for her purchase. Now, Hetty, I never trusted you, and I am watching you, ho. Do you understand? I got my foot on your neck. Allie doesn't want to keep the dog, and I don't blame her. Don't play with me, Heather Hetty. Okay? Don't do that. Don't be bringing no dogs up in here. The next day, Allie is talking to Graham. She says she likes her new roommate. He says he's going to a wedding in Boston and asks if Allie could cat sit for him. She's fine with it. He tells her that he walked up on Hetty thinking it was her because Heather Hetty was wearing her clothes. Hetty, you're wearing Allie's clothes, girl? Allie gets home, Hetty's all nervous and needs to tell Allie something. Next thing you know, we see Sam come out of the kitchen. He says that he forced his way in. Heather Hetty leaves. Sam says he sent a letter with her keys, but Allie says she never received it. Sam begs for a second chance. They are hugging as Allie is crying, and Hetty's creepy ass is watching them through the window. Now, to me, it seems like Hetty may be in love with Allie, perhaps? We then see Sam and Allie getting all booed up again. They start fucking and everything. Allie wearing her engagement ring again, and Heather Hetty seems to be getting jealous or nervous that she may need to start looking for a new living situation soon. One night, Allie gets home and Heather Hetty's weird ass is sitting in the dark and turns the light on and asks Allie, "Where the hell have you been? Bitch, who are you?" Like, Allie apologizes, but girl, you can leave with that attitude. This is my apartment. Hetty is jealous that Allie is back with Sam. Allie tells her that she'll find someone, but Hetty is way too insecure about herself. Hetty is nervous about having to move, and Allie tells her they'll figure something out. Things are going well for Allie at work. She's getting dicked down by Sam again. Life is good, other than her weird ass roommate. After Sam and Allie fucked, Allie sees Heather Hetty in the doorway talking to Sam, and I'm like, girl, don't even try it, okay? Go to your room. That same night, Allie catches Hetty in her room playing with herself. It was a lot, and it's time for her to go. The next day, Hetty is cooking breakfast for Allie and Sam. Sam starts eating the food, but Allie didn't want that shit, and neither did I. Allie is annoyed. Sam is talking about apartment hunting, and Heather Hetty does not like that. This hoe needs to mind her business. Hetty offers to make them dinner, and Allie says it's their anniversary and that they'll be eating out. Hetty, you are doing the most, and you better stay away from my man, okay? The dog doesn't even like her. She just has bad energy. Later, after Allie and Sam finish looking at a new apartment, they hear screams outside of Allie's building, and we see that Buddy, the dog, is dead. Now, Heather Hetty, you raggedy bitch. She acted like she didn't leave the door open on purpose. Ugh. That night, Allie is asleep and Hetty is crying, and so Sam goes to comfort her. Now, Sam, you are my man. You understand? If I go to bed, you go to bed. Don't be wandering around my apartment with this weirdo around. Hetty was doing too much, holding Sam's hand, and Sam, I'ma need you to be a lot more firm about telling her not to touch you. The next morning, Allie gets a call from her boss. She overslept and is up, rushing to get dressed but can't find her clothes. She finds them in Hetty's closet. Now, Hetty, stay out of my closet and stay away from my man. Allie is at work that night at an after-work event. It's only her and Mitch, her boss, left. And his creepy ass makes a sexual pass at her. Mitch, you bald-headed slime ball. Allie did the right thing and kicked him in his balls. Allie goes home and Hetty tries to comfort her and gives her some pills. Hetty implies getting even with Mitch. She says that it was Sam's fault that Buddy died. Hetty, are you okay? Bitch, Hetty calls Mitch's wife and acts as Allie. She speaks to Mitch and threatens him. Hetty is a psychopath. Or sociopath. Sociopath. The next day, Hetty takes Allie to get their hair done. Hetty dyes her hair the same color as Allie and gets the same mushroom bob. Now this is getting crazy, Allie, and you need to put her out. They're back at home. Hetty is showering and Allie did what she should have been done and goes through Hetty's things and finds the letter that Sam sent her, as well as an article with Hetty as a little girl with her twin sister who allegedly drowned at the picnic. Bitch. Hetty steps out that night and Allie follows her to some Diddy type freak-off party. Allie rushes home to ask for Graham's help. Hetty gets home and hears them talking through the vent. Graham is me because he tells her to put her ass out tonight or he's gonna go to the police. We all need a Graham. We do. Allie goes back to her apartment and bitch, Hetty shows up to Graham's apartment, seals up the vents and knocks Graham out. I hope he's not dead. I like Graham. Don't be dead, Graham. Hetty goes back to Allie's shower and Allie sees blood on her clothes, but Hetty says that she's on her period. Allie then tells her that she's ready to have her place again for her and Sam. Of course, Hetty doesn't want to hear that shit and tells her that Sam is gonna cheat on her again and calls Allie weak. Allie, whack her ass. Now, bitch, the phone rings. Hetty answers. It is none other than Hetty's parents, and they call her by her real name, which is Ellen. They want her to come home and threaten to stop sending her money. Hetty hangs up and gives Allie the impression that she'll move out. Sam calls later that night, but Allie is asleep, so Hetty answers and tells Sam that Allie is asleep. Now, bitch, Hetty shows up to Sam's place at 3 a.m. He's asleep. She starts sucking him off. He realizes it's not Allie and does not stop her. In fact, he finishes. If you okay, you get it? All right. Sam, you ain't shit. Okay? You give Sam Keating vibes to me. You ain't shit. Allie, get rid of them both tonight. He then, after finishing, if you know what I'm saying, he tries to check her, but Sam, you're an orgasm too late. He tells Hetty that Allie hates her, and of course, Hetty is in denial. Now, girl, Sam tells Hetty that he's gonna go and tell Allie the truth, which Sam please. But Hetty, of course, won't be having that and, well, executes Sam in the eye with a high heel shoe. Diabolical. Arrest her. The next morning, Hetty is packing up her things, preparing to move out. She goes down to the incinerator to burn last night's evidence. Allie is watching the news and learns that Sam has been unalived. She loses it and throws up and finds the bloody heel that Hetty used. Hetty comes back up to try to help. Allie plans to check on Graham, but Hetty ain't stupid, and so she tells Allie how Sam was trash and then tells Allie that she'll put all this on her. Oh, Heather Hetty. Hetty has a gun and forces Allie upstairs to Graham's place. She ties Allie up and washes the dye out of her own hair so she no longer resembles Allie. Hetty steps out and says she'll be back. Allie turns up the TV really loud so a neighbor could hear her. A neighbor hears her and calls the maintenance man. They were about to go in, but Hetty gets back. She slaps the shit out of Allie and tells her that she did all this for her. Hetty is about to finish Allie, but Allie kisses her and calls her by her name and causes Hetty to weep. Next, we see Mitch at work. All of his data is being deleted and he sees a message from Allie allegedly saying to contact her regarding her payments. Allie is now booking a flight for Hetty/Ellen to LA for her to go home. Now, Allie's feet are still tied up. She asks Hetty to grab Graham's wallet. Hetty goes to look for it while Allie is in a chat room and tries to get help, but Hetty catches her and points the gun at her. We then see Mitch in Allie's building trying to go up to her. As Hetty is on her way down the elevator, she goes to grab a suitcase. On her way up, she sees Mitch again. He goes to Graham's place the same time as Hetty and asks her if she knows Allie. Hetty says no, but Mitch recognizes Allie's suitcase that Hetty has. He then hears Allie inside, runs inside, and locks Hetty out. Allie is tied up on the floor. He takes the tape off her mouth, and of course Hetty comes in. Mitch manages to throw her across the room, but she gets back up and handles his ass. We then see Graham and his cat in the bathtub, unconscious. Graham is alive? Yes! I think Mitch is dead. Hetty now has Allie typing a suicide note. Hetty then tells Allie that there's always a prettier twin, that her twin was prettier and that she used her and left her just like Allie did. And I'm like, Hetty, you are nuts. Hetty hands Allie a ton of pills to take with a glass of water. Bitch, Allie smashed that glass over Hetty's head. Graham runs up on her and holds her down. Hetty almost got a shot at him, but Allie dragged her ass to the hallway. Hetty manages to shoot Allie in the arm. They get into the elevator, beating each other's asses. Hetty strangles Allie. It seems that Allie is a goner, and now Hetty seems regretful. She drags Allie into the basement and covers her body and plans to put her in the incinerator. But when she returns, Allie is gone. Got her with the okie doke. Hetty finds a hook like I Know What You Did Last Summer and searches for Allie. Allie swings from the ceiling like a ninja and stabs Hetty. She got her ass. And she finished her. Mortal Kombat. Wow. What a crazy film. This was my first time watching Single White Female. I enjoyed it. Okay, a wonderful 90s throwback. I recommend it. What did you think about this film? Do you remember? Okay, did you enjoy it when watching it? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it.